Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good morning to our madam Puan NIZA. So today we would like to do some presentation about our task, our assignment, which is about oscilloscope. So they got 4 points in our assignment 2 under oscilloscope, and my point is about the operation of oscilloscope. Okay, normally we as a student, engineering student, mostly we use oscilloscope in our lab or in our practical. So oscilloscope is an instrument and commonly used to display and analyze the waveform of electronic signal. So in oscilloscope, we can measure the amplitude, we can measure the frequency, we can measure amplitude or the phase between the two angles, and so on. Okay, so I jump into basic operation of oscilloscope. Okay, normally one of the type of oscilloscope is CRO. Okay, CRO is cathode ray oscilloscope. So I will explain about basic operation of CRO. So CRO is depend on the movement of an electron beam, which is bombarded on the screen code with a fluorescent material to produce a visible spot. So if the electron beam is defect on the vertical, which is x-axis, and horizontal, which is y-axis, a two-dimensional display is produced. So the beam is deflect of a constant rate relative of time along the x-axis and is deflect along the y-axis in response to a signal such as voltage. This produces a time-dependent variation of input voltage.
Okay, for the second point, I will explain about the history of oscilloscope. Okay, basically nowadays, oscilloscope is a consequence of multiple generations of development of the oscillograph, cathode ray tubes, analog oscilloscopes, and digital electronics. Okay, for the first one, hand-drawn oscillograms. Actually, hand-drawn oscillograms is the earliest method of creating an image of a waveform, was through a laborious and painstaking process of measuring the voltage or current of a spinning rotor at specific points around the axis of the rotor, and noting the measurements taken with a galvanometer. Okay, for the second, automatic paper drawn oscillograph. The first automated oscillograph used a galvanometer to move a pen across a scroll or drum of paper, capturing wave, sine wave pattern onto a continuously moving scroll. And for third part, photographic oscillograph. In order to permit direct measurement of waveform, it was necessary for the recording device to use a very low mass measurement system that can move with sufficient speed to match the motion of the actual wave being measured. Okay, and for last one, digital oscilloscope. The first digital oscilloscope was built by Nicolette Test Instrument, which is a big company in the US. It used a low-speed analog to digital converter, 1 MHz and 12 bit, and used primarily for vibration and medical analysis. So that's it.
Hello, I'm Muhammad Rahman, and my part is I will tell about the latest technology of oscilloscope and its price. Okay, after I do some research about the latest technology of oscilloscope, I found two brands that have the latest technology of oscilloscope. First from Textronic and second from Rigol. But I guess the latest technology is from Rigol lah, which is the name of oscilloscope is Rigol MSO 8204 series MIG oscilloscope. Okay, the second best is from Textronic, which is Textronic 4th series MSO MIG signal oscilloscope. Okay, I will tell these two are the best, so I will make a comparison between them. Okay, first is the price. Okay, for Rigol, the price is around $7,999 US, and the Textronic price a little bit cheaper, which is $7,550 US. Okay, the second comparison is about the input channel. Okay, for Rigol, they only have 4 analog digital input channel, but for the Textronics, they have until 6 flat channel, which all in digital and analog. Okay, second comparison is about the bandwidth. Okay, the bandwidth for Rigol is from 600 megahertz until 2 gigahertz, but for Textronics, from 200 megahertz until 1.5 gigahertz only. Okay, about the waveform capture, for Rigol they have 600,000 waveform per second. For Textronic, they have 500,000 waveform per second. Okay, about the display, Rigol display about more smaller, which is only 10.1 inches capacitive multitouch. Okay, but for Textronics, 13.3 inches, which bigger and also multitouch touchscreen. Okay, for the weight, the Rigol is more higher, which is 9.2 kilogram. But for Textronics, only about 7.6 kilogram only. Okay, for the function, is almost same, which is they have a digital oscilloscope, logic analyzer, spectrum analyzer, arbitrary waveform generator, digital voltmeter, high precision frequency counter, and totalizer. And lastly is protocol analyzer. Okay, that's all.
Hello, I'm Hakim. I will talk about the last part of our assignment, which is the application of oscilloscope in medicine area. One of the application that we know is oscilloscope mostly used for the measurement of the signal for ECG, which is electrocardiogram. And ECG is a test that measures the electrical activity of the heartbeat. With each beat, an electrical impulse or wave travels through the heart. Okay, and ECG or electrocardiogram give two major kinds of information. First, by measuring time intervals on the ECG, a doctor can determine how long the electrical wave takes to pass through the heart. Finding out how long a wave takes to travel from one part of the heart to the next shows if the electrical activity is normal or slow, fast or irregular. Second, by measuring the amount of electrical activity passing through the heart muscle, a cardiologist may be able to cut if parts of the heart are too large or are overworked.